The commedia dell'anime, the newer, more perfect form of theater. Or classic story ballads like Kesha's Tick-Tock states that Kirby possesses infinite power. Kirby can ride a star. Kirby can punch through a planet. Kirby is the only being in the entirety of the universe that survived the Galeem Cataclysm. A circle survived. This survived. How? That's science, baby. This is the closest Waluigi has ever come to appearing in a plot-based Mario game. A fucking rabbit has had more screen time than the original Waluigi. What can we learn from this? The Mushroom Kingdom Federal Reserve doesn't exist due to aggressive lobbying by Wario. Fuck the man and fuck the beat he made you drum to. The man was beating you down, so we're gonna focus on the upbeat. Child soldier. Karen is canonically 14 years old. Whoopsie! How many pages is that? About 684. Don't worry, this is just a visual aid. They're all blank. I wouldn't waste paper like that. And 1,000 feet of butcher paper. I don't need any paper. I lied. Instead, he just lets them disappear, gone from this plane of existence. So, what the fuck?
Oh, that looks like a beef patty. We just cooked a fruitcake that looks like it'd be served at McDonald's.
My first name is The, and then I just gotta roll a D4, and that means my answer is Section 2, number 4A, and then I gotta add all of the conditions that I accrued in Section 4, so my name is now My name is the Lewd Improvisation Man. That's fucking spot on. What kind of setting would allow this mistake of a human to really exhibit his uselessness? A haunted house. This man has been bamboozled into comedic haunted house entrapment 3 times. You cannot hide your ladders from me! I love him with all my heart, and he loves me just the same.
This is egg pudding. What's in it? What's in this?
Well, that's milk and sugar and eggs. And we didn't have the ability to do a real egg pudding, so I kind of just made sweet scrambled eggs. If anime is to be believed, and I believe anime, there are nearly 600 Fire Emblem characters. I cannot explain that many characters. I have made that mistake before. Trying to categorize all 600 Castlevania monsters was a bad idea. So that means I will have one name plus 6 other alternate names. I'll be doing this worksheet for a while. This isn't to say we're gonna get overly complicated with 7 4s and 15 8 time signatures. Those time signatures only belong in Math Rock, which is to say, in the garbage. We left some of the hardest recipes for last. We're gonna take some liberties. Everyone knows that books are boring, so I obviously need to fix whatever personality flaw turned my sim into a dweeb. Consider for a moment Moby Dick. You might receive this book in your English class and say, hell yeah, a big ol' whale? I can't wait to see Ahab level up and hit that big boy right in his weak points. And sure, he puts his harpoon up in Moby D's flanks, but spoiler alert, Ahab gets got, even though he's been grinding for like years, and Pale Whale's just a dipshit fish with a thing for sailor feet. Waluigi contains multitudes. So I'll just go ahead and do that math in my head real quick. Thank you, Clayton.
Just. Chunky.
Chunky. Hey, Kojima, you can't just name a dude Die Hard Man. Kirby is just Kirby. As I stand here watching the waves lap against the sand, miles away from civilization, I realize I'm not simply standing on the edge of the ocean, but the edge of the world. A world I've accepted without knowing its hidden meaning. Perhaps there is no hidden meaning. It's just a Regency-era quadrille and skanking. We will make it work. Thanks, nshady16, for making me read 684 pages of OSHA regulations, you piece of garbage! Animal abuse is wrong. We all know the true monster is man. and cannibalism is frowned upon. Until we get to Raphael, my sweet bulky boy who only cares about eating and training and not about studying. The thing is, the Fire Emblem world has moved past himbos and bimbos. Welcome to the age of thembo. Even death had forgotten me. I watched my slumped body linger in limbo as nothing changed. After a week, I resigned myself to quitting. And then in Trial 5, I peed myself. A lot. This is not normal. Just put one wet floor sign anywhere, and I'll let it slide, okay? Spicy! Slaps hard! Pick it up! Propaganda. Arbor Day! Pick it up! Fuck you, Philip Glass! Pick it up! Let's all wear the same shoes! Pick it up! 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 Did I just make ska again?
You have to calculate a death at some point.
All right.
So you need to know
What
that.
if I'm never gonna die?
Then you're never going to be able to retire.
Maybe it's the fact that most of these meals haven't had salt, but this is fucking good.
This is great.
This is really good.
It's just fried bread.
Does your zucchini plant produce too many zucchinis, aka any amount of zucchinis? There is not a single life ring at the Donkey Kong residence. I don't care how good you are at surfing, Donkey Kong. I can't think in here. I'm going outside. How do I get outside? The joy that comes from crafting your friends and family and then making them pee themselves in doorless rooms. How many carrots do you believe you could eat in one sitting if someone, forced you to eat as many carrots as possible? I'm gonna say 16. Well, now we get to perhaps my favorite meal of the whole day. And it's got a watermelon, a radish, a dragon fruit, and milk. So, shall we?
Cheers. I don't hate it. I really don't.
I just wish it was something else.
It's chunky.
These ones are they're strange characters that have, that are good at fighting. If you include Dimitri in this, he has an eye patch. Okay, which is similar to these ones. Seth and Byleth have they rhyme. We also, Dorothea wears a hat until she grows out of the hat. Think about that. Don't even get me started on Oboro. I don't know who that is. Is it pronounced dice or dice? And we could have a category called anime character with a singular personality trait and a penchant for violence, and that's just the one category. But that's bullshit. I love what I do, and let me tell you something. I've worked some days. Is life quantifiable? Every breath, every beat of a heart? Do they count as tallies etched tirelessly into the stone of our existence until one day that stone is returned to dust? The rightfully despised coward boy that is Luigi. Move over to a different board so I can show you Kirby's origin story. There's nothing here! I'm ignoring the fact that they're fighting on top of a jet, and instead thinking about how loud those jets are. Pop some earplugs in. On the Fire Emblem wiki, there is a whole list of archetypes based on different characters. A list that I only found after spending a whole day trying to categorize them on my own. And it's just so fun to realize that you've wasted a whole day of work. I crafted an exact one-to-one replica of myself in The Sims. 9. What is your greatest tangible fear? Horses. I am become Kirby. Is a shy guy a helicopter? I think so. You're not supposed to be working underneath hovering craft, even if they're bringing you fruit.
Support, you know, will eclipse the apocalypse.
Can't be right, because if Mario can't retire, then that would mean I would. Will you excuse me for a moment? I need this role, Doug. I've spent the past few months devising this pitch for you. No one wants this more, cares more about Waluigi than I do. I will fight Charles Martinet for this role. Is that what you want, Doug? You pick the weapons. I will end his career. He was more willing to spend 2 nights soaked in piss before spending a single minute inside his apartment. big mood. Put your toys away, honey! By smushing them all together into one category, I've made the majority of the Fire Emblem roster in Super Smash indistinguishable. But that's not my fault. Super Smash should have included more magic babies. What is something you'd enjoy watching Mads Mikkelsen do? You've got a good space to really fill this one out. I'd enjoy waking up one day and coming out to see Mads Mikkelsen in my kitchen just sweeping up some spilled Cheerios, and then he looks up at me and he gives me that "aren't I so clumsy" smile. I think that's what I'd enjoy watching Mads Mikkelsen do. Maybe I'm just not good at this. No. What are you doing here? Go cast spells with your turtle.